Have you ever wanted to know me, Monét X Change, on a more deeper, more personal, spiritual level? Well, now it's the time to do it because my hit one-woman show, Life Be Life, and is going on tour. We're going on tour this January, and this show is hilarious, but it's also emotional. People come see this show, y'all, and they are crying, okay? From stories about rendezvous in the basement to boo-hoo crying with a man at a bar. Ooh, this show is everything. So come see it this January and go to my website, monetxchange.com, to get your tickets. I'll see you there.
Show me one person who doesn't have a past or problematic, or show me one person who have never had a Twitter fight or a war on social media or a bad exchange. I've had them all. Yeah. Leona Lewis, Chrissy Teigen, and John Legend, and Kylie Jenner. Yeah. You know, I've been canceled more times than I could even spell the word cancel.
Monét Talks. Everybody come sit down, let's have a chat. Monét Talks. Living life gossip, chop it up, this or that. Monét Talks. Get comfortable with me, cause you on the show. We just wanna know where you been, who you been with. Monét Talks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Monét Talks. I am so honored to have a fashion icon in the house. Ooh, the lovely, the delectable Michael Costello.
I've never been referred to as delectable, but I like it. Do it again.
Michael, how you doing, darling?
I can't complain. I woke up today. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm moving. I'm walking. I'm talking. I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, and you came here to set today, and you were very sweet. You brought me a cold pressed juice, green juice.
Yes.
And I was like, this is good. Where is this from? Thinking it's like, this is LA. I'm like, it's probably from Erewhon by Haley Bieber. And it was like $29.
$97 for an Erewhon green juice.
Girl.
Not today.
The Haley Bieber smoothie being $29 is insane to me. I cannot believe that people buy it, number one.
God bless them.
God bless them. But no, it was from 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
I was
delicious. It's good. I get them all the time.
7-Eleven has good green juice. Like that's really, my mind is like, whoa.
And it's cold press.
What is it? I don't know what that means.
I still don't even know what that means, but I'll take it.
Yeah, it's a cold pressed green juice. It was very good. And I know you were back and forth and thinking you fit this in, so I'm very grateful to have you here today.
Well, you're only 740 feet from my grinder hookup next door. You might know him. He works at that tire shop down the block.
Oh, yeah. Al.
Jose.
Oh, Jose. Well, that's Al's cousin.
Yes. Well, he's after.
Oh, okay. Work. Oh, that's a family affair.
So that's why I really came.
I have to say, I've not had, in my experiences, great hookups in this part of the city we were in Burbank.
Oh, well, I guess I should just delete the app right now then.
Take the L, girl. Move out. So I became a big fan of yours. I was a Project Runway watcher back in the day. I loved Project Runway. And I guess in my mind, I didn't realize that you didn't win the show, but you blew up so much. So like, what was the thing that made you blow up and not win the show? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like work.
A lot of people have that. They keep forgetting at the show. The first thing they always say is, "Oh my God, congratulations, you won." Or the thing that we all have to deal with, and after reality television, is people coming up to us, yes, for the selfie, but you should have won. You should have won. That's the one thing I hate because I feel like I did win. I came out one of the most successful breakout stars from the franchise.
Yeah, girl.
So no disrespect to any of the designers, but when you think Project Runway, the winners, it's Christian Siriano, or you think Michael Costello, which is cool. And I love that. Yeah. Again, that's going off what's stated by other people. But I think it was the way I really handled myself on the show. Yeah, I guess there were moments where I threw tantrums, and I watched some of it now and I wish I didn't say some of the things that I did. It's kind of shocking, but I think just the way that it all played out and people saw, my talent, my drive, and my story, which is, where I come from. I didn't really come from a fashion background with fashion school. My mom taught me everything I know. Which is wild. And I developed my own technique that worked for me. And I just applied that and kept going.
Yeah. Well, and it's because I mean, you talk about like on the show, like I come from a reality TV background. And the thing is that people don't realize that reality TV is such a pressure cooker. And like you're on these fucking time constraints and you have these 9 cameras.
Fuck?
Yes.
Yay.
Fuck, dick, pussy, all of it. And then you are on this project, you have these like cameras pointing at you and they're catching your every move when you're frustrated, when you could get eliminated. So you're frustrated. So like, it's just so when I see people like have outbursts on reality TV, I'm like, bitch, I get it. I've been there. And like,
I've had a couple of them. I guess somebody wrote, I think it was on Lifetime or somewhere, one of the blogs wrote that Michael Costello had the biggest breakdown in Project Runway history. I said, oh yeah. And back then I was mad. I was in defense mode. But then I watched and I said, fuck. Yeah, but it was that bad because the show is such a pressure cooker. Yeah, so when you're watching it Thursday nights at 9 p.m. on your TV, you're entertained because you're thrilled with the challenges or the time constraints, but you don't know that when you're at that sewing machine and they're wondering how you're getting that angle from where you see the chin, you get a close up of the crystals. There's a really hot cameraman in your crotch. You don't know that in that room when you're walking in, there's 5 Steadicam guys on the left and 4 of those big, over sound boom guys just all in the room. And that's how you get these different angles of the show. And then the confessionals. People don't know that they pull you out of a work challenge. Yeah. You could be so into your thing and so focused on what you're doing.
Like, Michael, we need you to do the confessionals, please.
Okay, I'm coming. And then, like, let's say, for instance, if you got eliminated or you were out or something, you still have to bring the same change of clothing for continuity purposes to redo that confessional and talk about all the shit that they didn't get from the night before, whatever. Yeah. It's tough. It really is.
Even sometimes on Drag Race, like, you wear the same thing all the time. So sometimes the confessionals people are watching about me doing that they were watching me doing on the day that I got eliminated, I recorded after I was eliminated. So I'm like super emotional and talking about this thing because like that's going to happen that I know happened. So it's like all these layers.
Like for Drag Race, it has to be harder because if you have to redo confessionals, that's the same glam you have to redo all over again. Yeah. Or are you sleeping in the wig and sleeping in the makeup for the confessional?
No, never. I mean, I've thought about it, but no, I would not. But yeah, so it's fucking crazy. But again, you break out and you are this breakout star of the show. And then so you now, so after the show is when you open up your shop and you had like people like Celine Dion and you design. Yes. So like my question for you is, do people, because of your blow up from this show, do people like come to you like, oh, I need a Michael Costello, or are you like how do you curate that clientele? Like how does that happen?
So are you reaching out? I was 15, I opened my first store.
Oh, really?
I was 15 in Palm Springs, yeah. Got it. And my dad, he wanted to open a strip club or a dress shop. So he was like, hey, you're into that fashion shit. Let's open a dress shop. Nothing over $1,000.99. I said that's horrible, Dad. Can we just open a strip club? Please leave me alone. But we did that. We opened the dress shop and it caught the likes of so many people like Paris Hilton, Misha Barton, Nicole Richie, like all these girls. And I met them because I was the only 15-year-old in Palm Springs doing what I was doing. And
you were 15 years old doing this?
Yeah, 15 years old.
Wow.
And we opened the shop in Palm Springs and it just got so much notoriety like around the whole desert that there's this 15-year-old designer designing dresses for like Mary Bono and Suzanne Summers, and Faye Dunaway came into our place. And
Faye Dunaway?
Yes, and I had a panic attack.
Mommy Dearest, y'all. Yep. Mommy Dearest.
And I knew who she was. And if you don't know who she is, then I can't even talk to you. So she comes in and she's looking around and she's in like, you remember the Juicy Couture ensembles?
No, she was not. Michael Costello, Faye Dunaway was not wearing,
not Juicy Couture, but it was like this velour like
tracksuit thing.
Yes, which I'm not the biggest fan of. However, but I knew who she was, and my mom knew who she was.
Yeah,
and I said, Mom, there's no wire hangers. So I went right up there and I said, I just want to let you know, as you're looking around in the store, I just want to put this out there that there are no wire hangers anywhere to be found. And she laughed and she said, I'm going to tell you, that's not the first time I got that.
I'm sure. Yeah. Everywhere she goes.
She didn't buy anything, but she referred me to like Suzanne Summers and Barry Manilow. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yes, to name drop. And that's also how I met Toni Braxton and developed my now over 20 years.
Work with her. Now, before you met Toni Braxton, did you because you were what, 15, 16? Did you know her? Did you know her? Okay.
Yeah, of course I know her. You got to be living under a rock if you don't know.
True. Yeah. Huge. She is huge.
She's R&B icon.
Yeah. So you're doing all that, but I didn't realize the store was before you got on the show.
Yeah. So I hit a point where I wanted to like, what more can I do? I've worked with these celebrities and really wasn't doing anything, you know? So I wanted more. And at that time, you know, because of my culture, I had to have an arranged marriage, get married. And I just,
so cause you have a big cocktail of things going through. Yeah, which culture is the arranged marriage?
It's Romani.
So
like the gypsies.
Got it.
Yes, some people call that a derogatory term, but I can use it because I'm a gypsy. That is your experience, Fine. But so my brother had an arranged marriage. Both of my sisters had one. My sister was 14 when she had hers. Oof. And my brother was 15 when he had his.
And how old were you?
I was 11 when my brother got married. No, mine? No, I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like 11-year-old arranged marriage.
Yeah, I was 18 because my mom and dad, they knew I wanted dick. They just knew. They were like, oh, we can fix him.
Okay, so your family had thought you were gay already.
Yeah, no, they knew.
Oh, they knew.
They knew. They just didn't want to. They just didn't want to know.
They didn't want to like believe it.
Then they thought like to them, pussy will fix everything.
Damn.
Just get him one. Watch.
Damn.
It worked for his brother. So.
Wait, is your brother gay too?
No.
Okay.
But that was to get him off weed,
process,
and to get him off of like, you know, partying and drinking. So to them, that was like the holy grail. Pussy will fix everything.
Damn.
Got losing hair, suffering from hair loss. Get him pussy.
Get some pussy.
Yeah, a diabetic neuropathy. Get him pussy. You know.
And then so is this because and you have 2 kids?
I do biologically. So my son's now 20 years old.
20
and my
years
daughter is 19. Old. They're 13 months apart. And my son just had a baby 2 years ago. So now I'm a grandfather.
You're a grandfather, Michael.
Yeah, you want to hear something horrible?
Tell me.
Well, this is all wonderful and fine. However, so I hooked up with this guy in New York. So hot. I couldn't believe that he was like 7 feet away. Let's just say we were at the same hotel. Right? Comes over, but probably one of the best hookups of my whole entire life. After that, like he tells me, he goes, so I know who you are. And that was awkward. I was like, okay, cool. And he goes, I'm actually a fan. And like, I just got to ask you, is Heidi Klum like, is she real? Is she a fembot? I said, oh my God. And he goes, is she really that tall? Well, he's, right? Stop. He goes, and like, is Tim Gunn like just, I said, dude, boner kill. Let's talk about something else. So we started talking about family. And then he goes, so you have kids, blah, blah.
Why is there so much conversation during dick sucking?
Yeah, I had to stop right then and there because I just lost it. I couldn't
got it. Yeah.
So the subject came up and I said, I have a grandson. And then his face changed. And he said, I just realized something. I said, what, you got to go or you got diarrhea? What's wrong?
What?
This weird face. He goes, I've never given a grandfather a blowjob before. And I said, whoa. Damn, you're the first person who ever said that to me. So I will never tell another hookup that I have grandkids. I'm gonna leave that part alone.
Well, do you remember? Like, has anyone ever called you daddy in a hookup yet?
Yeah, but I like you.
You're into daddy, but not granddaddy.
Nah, I'm gonna pass on that one. It's so fine. It's fine though.
Work.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times.
And back to okay, so the store was going good. Met a lot of great celebrities, but it didn't open anything for me. So I decided, let me try this Project Runway show and see what I could do. The first 2 times I tried out, almost made the cut. But my dad has congestive heart failure, cancer, diabetes, you name it, he's got it. Wow. And you can't put Windex or Clorox on it to get rid of it. Yeah. No matter how much my mom tried. Still think she was trying to poison him.
Did they try pussy?
It didn't work.
Got it.
Yeah, even other women's pussies didn't work.
Got it.
We tried that. So, but anyway, I didn't go. They called me back. I went to go when it was going to be on Bravo. I went to go when it was on Lifetime. Didn't work out. 3rd time's a charm. I went in. I went through hell and fire with one of my best friends, Suwana Perry. We went together. We made it there. Flat tire. No money in the bank account. We got there. We made it. And I auditioned with them. And I was just myself.
Okay, wait.
Myself.
So Drag Race is just a tape. This you had to like go there and like soul something them in real life?
Yeah. And so when you go to the audition, and these are still on YouTube, you can see them. You have to bring 6 pieces of clothing that you've designed and sewn and created yourself, a story and receipts of how you made it and all of this, and bring a model with you and to display. So I brought everything I've ever done in my whole entire life. Okay. I brought everything because I wanted this. I was so ready for it. And the judges were Nick Varios, Tim Gunn, and Zoe Glassner, who I don't want to get it wrong or right, but I think she was doing something at Bazaar magazine or Harper's. She was at a magazine somewhere. And they fell in love with me. They loved my story. And I told them at the end of everything, I said, look, guys, if you guys don't give me this opportunity, I have to go home and decide which woman I'm going to marry based on the picture that my mom pulls out of her fucking purse. I just got to pick one. And so far, the one who's in the running is a woman named Nina, and she's got 6 kids. Don't do this to me. I'm living my dream. I'll make you guys proud.
Okay, so this is always my thought because I'm like, because, you know, I know some people who have done like design shows like Next and stuff like that. And it's Project Runway was not like, it seemed like every designer sewed like their own things. Whereas now you can be a designer and just have a stitcher do your stuff. Like as someone who is a great designer and a great and can sew, like, do you feel like, how do you feel? I always wonder how other like fierce designers feel about that. Like, do you feel like that's like cheating? Do you feel it's not fair? It's like, how do you feel about designers that can't sew?
I don't think that it's like cheating, but if this is like a passion of yours, if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you say is, I can't fucking wait to go to work or buy a piece of fabric and drape it, and you don't even know how to sew it, but you feel so passionate about it, fuck it, entertain it. Get yourself a damn stitcher. But when you're going on a reality show that's based on sewing, and you should know just some simple fundamentals of how to create something. Yeah, you should know how to sew. Right? I love sewing. I still do it till this day. People are like, you're still making your samples. Yeah, I make my samples and I teach my team how to do it when I'm gone in case we have an emergency. We have to sew. We have to do it. I have to do it. I love doing it. And if I ever get tired of it, that's fine. I'll do something else. I'll do an OnlyFans and make content. I'll sew in the nude.
I mean, but your stuff is just so. And this is my thing about Drag Race. I don't know if you watch Drag Race.
Yes, every single season.
On Drag Race, like, first of all, how have you not been a judge on the show yet? Which is wild.
I know. I always wanted to. I always wanted to, but I'm here because I love the show.
Like you, Christian Siriano, like Zach Pose, like how did these?
I felt like maybe in the beginning stages, I felt like Santino maybe was, against having anyone else from the franchise on the show. But then I've heard so many other different things.
Yeah, girl. First of all, Santino's wild. She went off the deep end, girl.
I haven't seen her for a minute. I heard she's working she works or owns
an ice cream place downtown. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. During the finale season 10, so like 6 years ago, I was randomly strolling downtown and I look and I passed this ice cream shop and I'm like, wait, that's Santino. And he had a kufi on and he was
really tall.
Yeah, he's very tall, very tall.
I feel like he's still growing, but it's okay. He was always very nice to me every time I've seen him. He actually passed me through on one of the times that I got passed to go on the show. It was this other lady who we're not going to name. Christina, who said no, come back next season, but that is fine.
Yeah, because you didn't need fucking Christina her bullshit.
Christina, but God bless her.
And I always say there should be a season. I feel like every season from going forward, RuPaul should choose one designer, like a major designer, like you or someone else, and like dress him for like the 16 episodes. Like I would love to see
that'd be so fun.
RuPaul X Costello. Like it would probably be like. I love
it, but she's so committed to her guy.
Zaldi.
And they have, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
This is true.
I love it. But I could always imagine her just coming out on stage can you imagine a custom, Versace moment too?
You know what I mean?
I would love to see it. And I have to say this, I would love to see her go past down here. Very low cut. But I noticed they stopped right here.
The corset, yeah.
And it's fine. Yeah. You can do that. That's fine. But I want to see low cut.
But I mean, if you use like some good nude illusion, like she does it other places. Like I would love to see that.
But she gets it right. I live for her fashion models. My ex and I, the first thing we would do when we watched the show, when everybody gets ready to come out and she gets ready to come out on stage, we guess the color of the dress. We always say green, okay, red. And our thing was, if it's going to be green or red or any of that color, that person has to either do the dishes or do the poppers. One of the two.
I tried poppers recently. I don't like it. And I do a lot of psychedelics, all the things. Poppers is just not, it doesn't do it for me. Like, really? I'm like, it's also just so temporary. It's like, 30 seconds of a little lightheadedness. I'm like, bro.
Have you tried this brand? Will you take a sniff with me right now if we do it together?
A sniff of poppers?
Yes. I feel like we should do it. After the segment.
I'll do it.
Okay,
I'll do
let's do it. So these are brand new. Thanks, Jake, who left them at my house. I was, you know what? During the whole entire hookup, I was hoping that he would forget them. I don't know why. I wasn't even focused on it anymore.
Are these like exceptionally good poppers?
They're fantastic.
Okay, but what makes them different?
I saw a flying purple unicorn in my living room, and I asked him to stay, and it wasn't Jake. Anyway, so that 30 seconds of enjoyment was great. I'm not into like anything hardcore. I don't even drink alcohol. I don't smoke weed.
Right.
But I guess this would be my safe drug of choice.
I'm more of a psychedelic person. I like mushrooms. I do like acid once a year.
But I'd want to try them like with my cousins or like a best friend and in a safe place because I'm so afraid of anything. I did an edible when I was like 22 years old.
A weed edible.
Yeah. But I didn't know it was the highest form of concentrated one in a brownie, so I ate the whole brownie.
A whole brownie is crazy.
I love brownies.
You were probably girl.
I was tripping, and we went to that place, Chin Chin's on Sunset.
I don't know.
And I thought everyone was out to get me.
It made you super paranoid.
I crawled under the table and said, "We gotta go."
Okay, so remind me. I plug one nose and
plug one and do a small sniff. That'll do. And now give it 5 seconds and then take your pants off.
I also don't feel this thing where I feel super relaxed when I do it. But also, people know this about me. I'm like a tank. Like if all of my friends take like 3 drinks, it takes me like 6. If all of my friends take 2 mushrooms, it takes me like 4. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I do feel that.
There it goes. Kicked in. Hey.
That does feel nice.
Want some dick?
Wow. Okay, that was kind of cute.
It's kind of cute.
We have to do it over and over and over again. It's like, no.
Okay, if you keep doing it over and over again, your body just becomes immune to it. But anyway, I enjoy them. They're fun. But let me tell you who introduced me to these things. Mondo Guerra from my season. Yes. So he and I, when you film these shows, you're not allowed to leave. You can't leave.
Because you're a prisoner.
Take your phone, they take your passport, they take whatever you can. However, we used certain body parts to get our essentials
You
out.
and Mondo?
No, never hooked up. Just best friends. But we were, like, let's tease these boys to get the bag so we can get our things. And so we're like, okay. So I'd be like, hey, Paul, I have to call my son. You know how I have a son? Like, I have to talk to him at night and like make sure he's okay. He's like, okay, I'll get your phone for you, but I can't leave. And you can't. I was like, okay. We booked it. We left. We took the IDs and we went to the Cock in New York. The Cock. Yes, we did. It's gone now, right? It used to be on Second and Second.
I've never been to the Cock before, and I lived in New York for a very long time in nightlife. Go on
a Sunday.
I went to the Eagle for the first time like
on a Sunday
2 months ago.
Saturday?
No, the Eagle was on Wednesday night actually. But it was popping.
So we went to the Cock, and I've never been there. Mondo, that's his scene. He's very into those fun places, and so we're dancing and everything, and people are coming up to us. And they're like, "Oh my God, you guys are really friends after the show?" I said, "Yeah, like we hang out all the time." And he's like into the music, and he pulls out these poppers. He goes, "Do you want to do this?" I said, "What is that?
What is it?"
And he goes, "You sniff." I said, "No, I'm not sniffing nothing. No." He goes, "I promise you it's safe." I said, "No, nothing you sniff is ever safe." I was like, "God's going to take everything away from me." He said, "Shut up, bitch." So he just gave it to me and we started dancing like crazy. So we used it only to go dancing. Yeah. But then.
Well, straight people are doing this now. Straight people at bars, they're all into the poppers. Straight folk have found poppers and now they're obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave them alone.
No, they can do whatever. But it's just so interesting to me. Like this thing that the gays, women like, poppers. And now straight people are like, have you heard about poppers? Like, bitch, we taught you about poppers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when I think about you, there are some like these fucking amazing, like the things that in my brain are like, that was like, oh my shit. Number one, Cardi B in the matching hat.
Yes,
gown.
that was such a moment. Did you know that was her biggest fashion moment?
Really?
Yeah. It was the first time she was ever, I mean, Colin Carter, her stylist, does an amazing job with her. And they've had some really epic moments. But Vogue and a few other great magazines said that Cardi B had officially arrived on the scene.
Yeah.
And she wore that during Paris Fashion Week to another designer show.
Which isn't that like against the rules?
It's pretty much against the rule. But
Cardi B,
you can do what you want.
Whatever the fuck she wants.
I don't care. And I like her because she is who she is. And, we did the hat, we did the dress, and the dress was literally days fresh off my runway.
Work.
And she wore it and it got reposted more than the WAP video.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah, I remember being like, everyone was like, Cardi B like has arrived. Like this is like, she's like a fashionista now.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's
great.
so good.
We had some great fashion moments, she and I.
And for us, like stupid people. So like Colin Carter, he's aware of this runway. So he'll like reach out to the Michael Costello team.
Yeah,
he's like, I want to dress Cardi in this.
Yeah.
Can we? But again, Cardi is so like, for these girls these days who are so curvaceous and so like, so you're like, bitch, this can't fit on no, but so you have to like do all the alterations to make sure it looks perfect on the body.
So the good thing about that dress was it was a size 4 and Cardi was been working on her body. And the only thing that I remember that needed to be fixed a little was to close the slit. That there was a slit, you can't really see it too well. There was a keyhole slit and it just needed to be closed a little bit. That's about it. And the length was super long.
She's short.
Yeah. But she loved the length. I don't know how tall she is, which is really bad. I thought she was a little taller. Every time I've worked with her or seen her, we've either been in a chair or Tokyo's doing her hair and somebody's doing her makeup. Yeah. But she was one of the very first celebrities who ever came to my shows before she was, this mega massive star. Yeah. She'd sit front row and I put her front row with Carucci and Chris Brown and like Tina Knowles and she would come backstage and want to take a picture with me. And I still have these moments. And it was so cool. So she's always been a fan and I love that. And I did the Like It Like That video. That was like our first official one.
Oh, you did? Wait, you did
the big red caftan.
Work.
So
bitch.
Colin and Cardi called me from set to let me know that I was working out on FaceTime and I said, oh my God, this is so cool.
Work, bitch.
So yeah, we had some great moments with her. Yeah. That was definitely one of my favorite moments.
Another one I can think of is the Gaga American Horror Story, which won your Emmy.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Like, so Ryan Murphy is like, I guess not Ryan Murphy directly, because if y'all don't know how sets and movies were, the costume, but
Lou. Her name is Lou Irish, who is now one of the producers of American Horror Story and one of Ryan's producers. Yeah, she get it, Miss Lou. So she approached me when I was at this company called Style PR. They're like one of the largest fashion houses here in Los Angeles. When you want red carpet, everybody goes to them to get like to do a poll.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're great. The team is fantastic. I still work with them. So they reached out and the owner reached out to me and he said, Michael, so Lou wants to come and see you. And I've been a fan of American Horror Story since the beginning episode.
I was 3.
Cult is my favorite season. The Witches.
Not Coven?
Yeah, Coven.
Yeah, season 3.
I love Coven. That one's so good.
Best. So good.
And I just wish they would bring Angela back for
She was Marie Laveau.
Yeah.
It was Angela Bassett though. She is like, amazing. She can do no wrong. Just so good. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, she's so good. I mean, I love the old American Horror Stories. I really do. I was so entertained by them. So I was fascinated with it when I got the call. And then Lou came to my office in downtown Los Angeles and I made a bunch of sketches. They just told me she has to be this. She has to be this powerful, cool creature, and she has to be really empowered. And people have to be afraid of her. And she's like an empress almost. Yeah. So I came up with some incredible designs, and they worked. 16 out of 21. And later, I found out that the show, the season, won Emmys, and the costume departments got Emmys. So even though I never got to go on stage to collect
it, you have it, and
they delivered it.
Work.
I was blown away that the costume department.
You got your motherfucking Emmy. Who cares how?
And I got another one for Crime Story for Versace.
Right, I did hear that.
So I didn't even know that the show won or anything.
I did not know.
You find, I don't know.
You just find out. Yeah. You also have like so many pulls and things going on. Like your brain is not like,
and
that
we
thing.
Never even get time. Like I guess I'm living a life to where I could say, yes, it's fantastic that we're working so hard that we don't have the time to celebrate these fantastic moments.
Yeah.
But when you sit back and you start looking at it, you go, fuck. That was an incredible moment that I wish I had time to celebrate it.
Yeah.
And now, though, on the 29th, we're going to celebrate almost 2 months later that I just did the residency for Gaga. I got 6 of those beautiful pieces on her. And I'm taking her PR team out. We're just going to have like a nice little dinner and celebrate. Because it's so important to celebrate these moments. Because if you don't, they just pass you right by.
Yeah. And because she's my queen, the white Beyonce gown.
That's what just put us on the map
for the Grammys. That was the one that was like.
That was the one that did it. Yeah, that was the one that did it.
Talk to me about that.
We didn't even know she was going to wear it. We had absolutely no idea.
Until she hit the carpet.
Damn. Yeah, everyone found out she was wearing that on Instagram through Ty Hunter's post. He put the smallest little square picture up with the close-up of the fabric and the Lorraine Schwartz ensembles and the nails. And I saw the square. And at that time, you didn't really, like, people were just super new to Instagram and what's going on. I didn't know what that means. I said, is this a picture because it was an option or like what's going on? Because she opened the show on January 26, 2014, wearing the custom La Perla ensemble with the wet hair and love and all of that.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed when I saw that. And I left. I went to Macy's and Shake Shack. And as I knew that those were going to be the things that'll make me happy.
Yeah.
Moments later, from having 100,000 followers, literally moments later, to 3 hours later, I see all of this, all the pictures going on and on and on. And you know who the first person was to call me?
Who?
Michelle Williams.
Word.
She called, she said, baby, congratulations, I saw it. And then Kelly Rowland called me right after. Yeah. And I felt real expensive.
Michelle called. Yes,
well, wait, I have to show you because I've been friends with the girls for so long.
That's so fierce. I love that. I've been friends with them
for so long and they're always sweet. So even though like, people are always like, what happened to Costello? Where is he? We haven't seen him on red carpets or haven't seen him do this. No, trust me. We still work. We're still okay. We're still dressing people.
You just said Gaga for her residency.
So the girls called me. This is just a few days ago.
Oh my God, that's
Kelly and Nicole.
Nicole Scherzinger.
So I've been friends with these girls for a really long time, and we call each other. We talk. We laugh. We know the personal things. We know the drama.
Yeah.
They're all, boy, what you doing with them men in Spain? Come back home. Well, we need dresses. We got events.
Men in Spain. I mean, Spain is a time.
I love it there.
Every time I've been to Madrid. We just launched there.
So we launched Michael Costello Couture in Madrid, in Spain.
Word.
So I got a cute place. I got a showroom out there. We're international now.
Word. She international now.
Yeah, she's doing her first international European Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week show on September 14th.
Work.
I know. I'm really excited.
Fierce.
I think I lost getting excited about shows because people always ask you, are you excited? And the answer for me is always no, because it's a big job.
Yeah.
When it's over and no one trips on the runway and the reviews are good and some buyers came, then we'll be excited.
Yeah.
I like to see after. Everything else is just leading up. But this one, I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these fashion shows, there are so many. I mean, I'm acting like I know. I've been to one New York Fashion Week once, and it was just too much. Like, I just find it to be so intense. I got to like a few designers invited me to a thing. And it was just like, even like sitting in the thing, people like pushing you. It is a lot. So I could imagine being on the other side of it. You're a whole fucking, it's probably a whirlwind.
Yeah.
So then you have this thing with this woman that said that you had changed the race of her thing. And I'm like,
her.
So how, like, talk to me about that thing, because she was like, I like, they changed my race. Like, it became this really big shitstorm.
Oh my God, it was horrible. And I wish I could sit here and be like, oh, it was nothing. You know, people are just, but no, people do not realize that right now, America is, and people in America, they may say, oh no, it's just social media. It's not.
No, social media is huge.
It moves and changes perspectives on everything. And when you create these false narratives to gain momentum and try to become TikTok famous or go viral, you're not realizing that you're destroying people's lives. And it's a serious thing because people say, oh, just brush it off, honey. People are going to forget about it. But no, when you have to let staff members go and close businesses and say goodbye to contracts because people can pick stitch stories together and people can manipulate things through the power of their editing tools and tell their one-sided story and come off as a sad victim. They're not realizing what they're doing because in that moment, they're like, let me bring awareness to somebody who's already problematic. Show me one person who doesn't have a past or problematic, or show me one person who have never had a Twitter fight or a war on social media or a bad exchange. I've had them all. Leona Lewis, Chrissy Teigen, and John Legend, and Kylie Jenner. You know, I've been canceled more times than I could even spell the word canceled. But the thing is, people who you work with in the industry or people that still fuck with you, they know the truth. And that's the thing. So I don't like to say I'm a victim or a villain or anything like that, but I do like to say I know I'm a fucking easy target. What happened with this girl was she made this whole entire story that we didn't even cast her for the show, that she just showed up on the day of the show and there was magically a dress there for her. Fashion shows don't work like that. They're months of planning. And go see. You got to go to a go see. You got to come. I have to see you walk. And it's me and several other team members that are going to say yes or no. And you know what? I got to admit, we're really hard on it too. There's a lot of girls who don't make the cut. You know, but a lot of time and effort go into these shows. And it's still a nice privilege and a great feeling to the ones who do make it. And we celebrate them. And the thing about our shows is they've always been the first show that is the most celebrated, from diversity to size inclusion. And we've had everyone on the runways from, you know, reality stars to being the first show that's always had trans women in our shows. And it's not just because I'm a gay designer, but if you're fucking gorgeous and you're hot and you look great in a dress, then you want to walk down the runway for me? I know. I just saw her and I'm like, girl, what are you doing September 14th? But, you know, Gigi Gorgeous, Yasmin Petty, Amanda Lepore, they've all supported the brand throughout the years and on the runway and come to the shows. But let's get back to this girl. So she's saying that I changed her complete race. I wish I had the time and the energy to change every fucking model's face to make it look the way that I want it, to make it look fucking fierce and stuff on the runway. I'm not good at Photoshop. I'm not good at the like AI stuff. But I love and appreciate fan art. I really do. I love it. People make beautiful sketches all the time. People make renditions of my work all the time. And yeah, I'm going to repost it because I'm proud. So I reposted fan art. So she was in the runway show. You didn't get like this thing from your photographer. You just saw like a fan art. You're like, oh, this person modeled for me. And you just put on your story. I just posted it, but she said I also never posted it, but we did post it. And I left everything up there. We never deleted it. There was also several other girls in the show that he did renditions of and he made beautiful drawings of. I'm going to post them. And the thing that bothers me is when people make these stories, they don't do their research. They don't know their research about that person. When they think Michael Costello, they think of this old white man who maybe looks like a Biden or Trump or something, or like Ed Razek from Victoria's Secret. They don't know that I'm 36% South Asian. They don't know this. They don't know that my son is half Japanese and my grandson is half from the Philippines. They don't know that my ex-wife is Syrian, Romanian, and Japanese. They don't know that her current husband, who's my daughter's stepfather, is full Japanese. People don't do the research. They're just quick to call it out because it's easier. And what bothered me the most about this story is that this was a show that I did in honor of my aunt who passed away. And we did a show on her birthday and she passed away 2 months prior to that. So it was also my last fashion show in Los Angeles. And I had every girl in my family walk in the show. We also had 11 other Asian models walk in the show. And I thought it was so completely disrespectful for them, for her to steal all the spotlight and make it seem like we didn't want the show to be about her because we don't like Asian women. Well, that's disrespectful to the other Asian women who were in our show. They were hurt. They were really sad about it. Everybody was sad that she flipped the whole narrative and show and took something that was so special that we worked so hard on and made it about that.
Yeah.
I'm no longer living in fear of what she can say and what she can do and anything like that. Fuck it. I've learned now throughout that experience, people are going to say what they want to say. People are going to do what they want to do. I don't want to fight on social media anymore, like trying to prove my point and who I am. My story's out there. You want to Google me and know where I come from? I speak 4 other languages. My kids, the way they look, my family, the way they look, that's just who they are. You want to say there's no Asian descent, there's no Romani descent? Well, then, I'll go fuck yourself because I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I think like to what you're saying, like the court of public opinion is such a big thing, and it can really like ruin careers. And I think that people I think that people like they look at them and say, oh well, just because he like has like he has like his family is like of Asian descent, like he can still do this thing. So I think that's what people are like. I think we know that, but that doesn't mean that he didn't do it. So I think and then again, but people hear that and they don't consider the whole thing, and they just say like this is what happened, and he may be Asian, but he's like doing anti-Asian behavior. You know what I mean? So,
but like when they do the research, you see that my number one business partner, who's been with me since day one, 14 years. Her name is Shishi Yang. She's, she's Chinese. She's fantastic. She's wonderful. She's my right-hand man. I love her. My business partner with Saks Fifth Avenue for our collection. Her name is Tanya Kim. She's Korean. She's my lifesaver. And, as we're going on doing our daily things, trying to get through this crisis, working Monday to Friday, we post a lot of fun videos. We post content. We post videos together. And then people are coming after saying, oh, now he's got Asian friends. I'm like, oh, what? Jesus Christ. Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, again, you are friends with these people in the industry. So when like the drama with like you and Chrissy and like Leona, like were y'all friends and then this happened, or like?
So I was never like friend. I've never met Chrissy. I never met her. But we have a lot of mutual friends. Jen Atkin, Rob Zengardi, Jennifer Lopez. We just have a lot of mutual friends in the industry. And what happened with Chrissy and I, there was a comment that she made, and she's open about it. She admits that she made the comment that she left something on my Instagram page that had to do with like, I should hire a PR team because I'm pulling off a stunt or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck, Chrissy, why would you do that? Yeah. But then she said she never made the comment. Then she said that she's always wanted to wear my dresses, but they were never available. And I'm like, that's not true. And we just had a back and forward feud over and over again for the last years. And, I can openly say that I know she was a roadblock in my life and done a lot of things that I know for a fact she was a roadblock. And
like her comments blocked certain things for you to do.
And actions. Yeah, and actions. And I mean, like, I can't show people the messages now. They don't think they're false, but a lot of my super close friends have seen them and their jaws dropped. Yeah. And,
well, I think because she accused her of saying the N-word, and she was like, you did this.
No, she didn't accuse me of it. It was another girl who's another designer.
Got it.
That accused me of it.
Got it.
And she's a whole other topic who deserves no attention. All I could do was ask God to take control of her and bless her. But with Chrissy, like, people were like, oh, well, I got to chime in now. The one thing that throws me so off track is Leona Lewis, because I'm a fucking huge fan. I love it.
And y'all weren't friends.
That's my shower song. No, we were friends.
Y'all were friends.
Yeah, that's my shower song.
Yeah.
And I feel like I look like her and sing like her in the shower.
I remember this. It was something about like she got a dress of yours to wear, and then she's like, oh, like they needed to take it in, and then apparently like you didn't show up to the alteration.
Like I body shamed her so she couldn't walk in the show. I was shocked because I went to the fitting and I met her at her hotel, and she was so nice. And I was so excited because all these designers got the opportunity to do the Go Red for Women fashion show. And at that time I was doing one for Nene, and Nene introduced me to Naomi. So I was like, this is so cool. And, for Nene Leakes. And Leona came into the play, and I said, I would love to. How cool is that? And so I met her and we tried on the dress. It only needed some alterations. But at that time, the Go Red for Women show was only one day before my fashion show. And we didn't have any time to do the alterations. So we got somebody to do the alterations. But what we heard is that she went with another designer for the event. So I said, okay, it's no problem. Yeah, I was crushed. I was sad about it. But I had no idea that there was a huge miscommunication. But she still got the dress because guess what? On 2 days later, she wore it and posted it, and it's on her page, and it says, obsessed with my Michael Costello dress. And there's even a video.
Wait, so how does...
Exactly. So I was taken back by it. And even though all this was going on with Chrissy and the other one and this one and that one, I had to take the Instagram. I couldn't take it. I had trigger thumbs at that point. I said, you know what, Leona, I'm shocked. I don't know where this is coming from, but let's put the receipts real quick. So I said,
so you posted all the receipts online.
I just couldn't. And then people went after her and they were like, wow, you're one hit wonder. I was like, don't even say that. Like there's no reason. I said, I still like her, but I wish she would have reached out to me so we can talk about this. Yeah. Because I've been to her house. I've seen her horses. I've been to her house and taken other dresses and she's worn me a few times. So I was confused about it.
Interesting.
And so I just aired out the receipts, but I did send her a nice letter. I said, hey, listen, if I have wronged you or said something to you that was offensive, I'm sorry if I don't remember it, but I would still like to apologize about it if I said something to offend you. And I hope we can move past it. Yeah. And till this day, I had to air not till this day. I mean, till up until those events were happening, I aired out that her stylist has still been reaching out to us for clothing.
Oh, so in all these interactions, so you and Chrissy, not friends, because the drama that happened with y'all online, you and Leona aren't friends.
I don't think we're friends.
Because, I mean, but her team is still reaching out for clothes, so that's a little wild.
Yeah,
interesting.
They do. Yeah, and I mean, if you want to wear something, it's fine. But I let all the stylists and I let everyone know, I said, listen, if you're calling me and you're asking me for this person and this person, please do your research because I think they're part of they don't like me team. Yeah. Damn. I mean, so listen, celebrity and these relationships, it is all so touch and go sometimes. And like, it's crazy. It happens.
Yeah. It just seems like, girl, when the controversy comes, it was the girl, they're getting you with this controversy, bitch.
And it's fine. I at this point in my life, I'm happy. I have my family, I have my kids, I have my dogs, and you know what? I've got on my side, and I would have never made it this far if I didn't. So
would you ever show again at another? Besides Mercedes-Benz Fashion, like in New York or LA? I mean, LA doesn't really have a fashion week.
New York, yeah, but I guess okay. So about LA, I have nothing against LA. You know what? This is our home base.
LA Fashion Week doesn't seem like a big one. I never really hear about LA Fashion Week. Am I crazy?
Anymore.
I'm also not connected in that way.
Venues who do a really nice show, but I think right now I like how the major designers came to LA and had a beautiful show. Like Versace did it. I heard
Balenciaga did something too.
Chanel did something too. Yeah, I think that's great, making LA a destination for it. But I just don't want to do it. It's too hard calling people to get them to come. And I don't want to beg anybody to come to my show or send them a PR package with 50 options in hopes that they're going to come so they can tell me and say, I can't make it. I have a dinner that night. Yeah. I don't want to do that anymore. I wore a hoodie at my last show with the excuses, I can't find a sitter and I'm sorry, I'm out of town. Bedazzled on it. Because if I tell you how many times I've got that, but I'm always there to show up for them when they need a gown. Yeah. Anytime they need a gown, a bar mitzvah dress, a circumcision dress, you name a brisk or something for their gender reveal party. I've always been there because that's just who I am. Yeah. But I stopped expecting people to treat me how I've treated them over the years. Yeah. And that's hard. That's hard for me to do because I'm that person. I want to help.
Yeah. I mean, well, would you make a gown for me?
It's almost ready. That if we go in the front, you see that there's some big holes missing out of your step and repeat wall. Just wait to see what I turned it into.
Oh, Michael Costello, this was such a pleasure having you on the show and talking about your career and your life and thank you for talking about the controversies. I think people will be like, I can't believe you had him on the show to talk about the things.
Yeah, we talked about the things. I never cared to talk about them, but let's talk about them.
Yeah, work. Well, listen, I mean, I know you're all here, then everywhere, but anytime you're in LA, girl, let's go out to the Abbey.
I'm down.
Do you go out to the clubs? No.
It's not really my thing.
I don't. I'm a house party girl. I have people over for game nights. I go out to the club maybe once a year.
People and I'm short, so like people knock me over and they push me or they don't notice me in the corner or something. And I don't drink. I don't like it.
You don't drink, yeah.
It's not for me. I don't like the taste of alcohol. But
you never drank.
No, I did before, but I just don't like
it.
I like things more on the sweeter side, like a pineapple Malibu or like a raspberry mojito or something like that. But I don't know. I guess because I'm getting older, I just don't feel like going out and go dancing.
So what do you do to let off some steam?
I sew and play Beyonce music. That if I could be alone at my house and sew with my machines, that's very relaxing to me.
Work.
People are like, "Oh, do you spend time with the kids?" And all that. I said, "No, I don't want to be around them tonight. I want to sew something." And now that I feel like I'm sample size, maybe I want to walk around the house in it.
Have you ever put on your gowns?
Now I have.
Now you have.
Yeah, I feel fabulous. I love a high slit caftan moment.
High slit caftan.
Yeah.
Are you belting the middle?
Of course.
Work.
You better belt the middle.
Yeah.
Show off that 24-inch waist.
Oh, 24.
Maybe 23.
Work. Girl, I was 23 inches when I was a toddler. Okay.
So was I. I'm trying to get down to my original weight, and it's been hard, which is 6 pounds, 7 ounces, but eventually, soon.
Michael Costello, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
joining
having
me.
me.
This is
fun.
so great having you
I'm
on.
going to steal some of your fruit snacks.
Please take all of them.
Don't tell
We
me.
have the tropical ones. My sister got the tropical ones because my family's from the West Indies. So it's a little pointed, Patty, getting the tropical Welches, but I see what you were doing. It's very good.
Do you like fruit roll-ups?
No.
No?
Never been a fruit roll-up girly.
I just had one, and I haven't had one since I was probably 9.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Really?
It was the apple grape one.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, you know the thing people do now, they soak the pickles in like a red Kool-Aid thing. Then you wrap the pickle in a fruit roll-up and you eat it all together.
And then you deep fry it and sell it at the fair and put it on a
Probably.
stick.
I'm not a pickle person, so that all sounds disgusting to me, but it's a thing. It's a big thing.
You wrap it in something else, maybe I'll
And do some poppers. It probably tastes delicious.
wrap a fruit roll up around it. I'll try it. Give it a shot. I'm sorry, whoever's watching. I'm normally not this nasty.
I bring it out of everyone.
You did. Look at
Yes.
you. You're beautiful.
Thank you, Michael.
Monét Talks.